Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
Let's do it. This is IUICAZ. Hey, this is IUICAZ. Hey, keeping the faith in the King, and the patience will give us the strength.
Shalom, I'm Officer Liaison with my radar officer, Daniel. And we are here to teach you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans who you are according to the Bible. Alright? For too long, we've been lost and not knowing who we are and where we came from. And we've been too long in this low state in society. Anywhere you look, you see that the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the worst off people in the world. Give me John 8, verse 32. You gotta sit there and ask yourself, why? Why is this stuff happening to me and my people? If it's not happening to you, you gotta ask, why is this happening to my people? Why are my people being deported? Why are my people being shot down by the cops? You gotta ask yourself why. Read.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.
It says that you should know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. The truth is that you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
Brother, come here real quick, let me talk to you. Come around here, bro. Come over here. Hey, all praises, brother, that you stepping up, man. Hey, shalom, bro. Hey, what's your name? Robert. How you doing, Robert? I'm Liaison. Nice to meet you, brother. Hey, man, quick question. Have you ever heard that you were an Israelite? From the Bible? You said from the Bible, right? So, do you see yourself on the sign right here, brother? So you see, right here is what they call us, and then what God calls us. All right? So what do they call you? When they see you on the street or when you apply for a job or whatever, what do they call you? What do you mark down on the box? Black? So you be from the tribe of Judah, brother. I mean, all praises, right? Hey, you're an Israelite, bro. You know what I mean? So we're out here to teach our people the law, statute, commandments of God. Because the reason why we're in the lowest estate is because we start following His commandments. I can prove that to you. Give me that. Let's start off with Deuteronomy 101. Because we gotta understand. Like, look around. Who do you see that's filling up the ghettos? Who do you see?
All Israel.
So right now, we're reading what Moses was speaking to all Israel. He ain't speaking to the whole world. He's speaking to Israel. And I'm going to show you what because he was the, what's the word I'm looking for? He was a forefather, but also the messenger of God. Anything that God needed to say to us, he goes through Moses. Give me 7 and 6 to show you what he was telling Moses to tell us. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
He said you are an holy people, separate people. You're separate from other nations. You're separate. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Thy is a possessive word. It means your. He's your God. Read.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
He chose you to be a special people unto himself. Read.
Above all people.
Whoa, did you hear that? Did he say below?
Above all people.
Did he say equal to? He said above, right? He said above all people on the planet, on the face of the earth. So the Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are supposed to be above all nations that are upon this earth. Hey, brother, how you doing, man? How you doing? What's your name, bro? Let me talk to you. It will take like 2 minutes, brother. Come over here.
Hey, I love y'all shirts too, man.
Hey, all praises, bro. If you come join us, fam, you might get one in a year or so. You know what I mean? So, hey, hold on. Hey, brother, what's your name? Joe, you a so-called Hispanic? Native? Hey, all praises, bro. You be from the tribe of Gad. You probably never heard that before. But the black Hispanics, Native Americans are the Israelites according to the Bible. One race of people, one lineage, one bloodline. And a lot of people treat this Bible like it's a religious book, but it's not. It's a heritage book. And they act like this Bible teaches about equality, but it doesn't. It tells you. Read that again from the top.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Brother, what does holy mean? It means separate. Holy means separate. Unto the Lord thy God. He's your God. Thy means your. Read.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
So God has a specific group of people that is special unto himself. Not everybody in the world is special, only a group of people, a race of people, which are the Israelites. Read.
Above all people.
You hear that?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Brother, have you ever read the Bible? See, they never tell, they won't read, if you ever went to church, they won't read the scripture, because that means God is not equal. God has a specific people. And I'm about to show you, okay, if the Israelites, the black, Hispanics, Native Americans are supposed to be above, why are we so below? I'm going to show y'all, watch. Because this book is a prophecy book. All right, this is a prophecy about your heritage, why things will happen to you. Read.
Bring it up.
28:15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Meaning this will happen in the future. This is Moses telling the Israelites, this will happen in the future. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If you will not listen unto the voice of the Lord your God, thy God. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It says all these curses. Brother, is curses a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. So watch this, verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in this city.
How are the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans cursed in the city? You're on. How are they cursed in the city? Help you, brother. How are they cursed in the city? The black, Hispanics, Native Americans. We're always living in the ghetto. We're always being arrested. We're always being beat down. We're always in poverty. We always have the worst land. They restrict us in the worst land. That's how, read it.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
That's how we're cursed in the city. Diseases, sickness, lack of Medicare, lack of knowledge, lack of education. We are worst off in the cities. Am I wrong? You're a Native American, right? When you see your people, how they look, they usually bugged out or drunk, right? That's a curse in the city. Read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
How were black people and Native Americans cursed in the field? Picking cotton. Believe it or not, you were doing the same exact thing when they had you in captivity. You were in there chopping down sugar cane. You were in there picking cotton, tobacco leaves. They were using you guys as well. Read verse 21.
Verse 21. The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee.
So it says the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee. Talking about diseases and plagues. Diseases and plagues. All right, read.
Until he have consumed thee from off the land.
Until he had consumed thee from off the land. So this is going back to the 1600s, brother. Where did they give the Native Americans so they could consume their land? They gave you smallpox. Blankets full of smallpox. It's a prophecy. This is going to happen. It says that they're going to give you pestilence so they could consume you off their land. And that's what they did. Once they got you sick, they killed your people and started taking your land. Finish the scripture.
Verse 22. 21 of me. until he have consumed thee from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. The Lord, verse 22, the Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning.
That's smallpox, brother. This is a prophecy of what's going to happen to your people, even your people. The syphilis report. The syphilis, when the CIA injected syphilis into the Tuskegee Airmen. Verse 32, let's go down.
Verse 32, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
How that happened to both of your people in history? Look at the sign. Look, we have it all documented down. It says your sons and your daughters should be given unto another people. That sounds like slavery. That sounds like auction blocks. Isn't it happening today? Yes. It's happening today. If you have any kids? You have any kids? So put it this way. Let's say if your neighbor didn't like you, all you have to do was call the police and say, hey, I think they're doing drugs in there. Who are they going to send there when your kid's in there? CPS. They're going to bring CPS to take your kids away. Look what's going on to the Hispanics people. Their kids are being put in concentration camps and given onto another people. This is what's happening. It's a prophecy, brother. You are an Israelite and you are an Israelite. Give me verse, let's go with verse 46.
Verse 46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
It's talking about the curses. The curses should be upon thee for a sign and a wonder. You're wondering why this stuff is happening to you, and you don't know why? This is the sign. If I ask you, how do you know we're on 51st and Indian School? We'll look at the signs, 51st and Indian School. These signs will identify, these curses will identify who you are. Because if I ask you, what language did you speak before the conquerors gave you English? You don't know. It's easy to prove that the Native Americans spoke Hebrew. All the Native Americans spoke Hebrew. They kept the customs of the Israelites. Fringes, let me show you, because remember, if we do not follow all of God's commandments, we will be cursed. So I'm gonna give you guys a commandment. Verse, Numbers 1:18, Numbers 15:38. Robert, and what's your name, brother? Joe? All right, Joe, listen to this. Read.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them.
It says, speak unto the children of Israel, command them, read.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments.
So look at all the men around here. You see on the bottom of the shirts? See on the bottom of the shirts, we're wearing fringes because it was commanded of us. Read.
Throughout their generations.
Look at the bottom of the sign, brother. You see that? That's what your people wore, right? You wore fringes, but you never knew why you wore fringes. This is a reason why. Fringes, or you wear bells or pomegranates at the bottom with the pomegranate color, a blue color. This is the reason why. But they never taught you that in history. Read.
Verse 38, speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the border of their garments throughout their generation.
Throughout their generation. As long as you keep generating, your kids are supposed to wear fringes. You are supposed to wear fringes. All the way until you die. And when you die with your fringes. Your people knew that. That's why when they have the fiestas or the powwows now, this is what they wear. But they don't know why they wear it. You guys wore fringes. It was the law. Read.
Throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
It shall be unto you for a fringe, because when I spoke to a Native American, they said each fringe represents a prayer. For each fringe, it represents a law. Read.
That ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
You look upon it so it could remind you of the commandments of God. That's the reason why you wore fringes. These are the reasons why the Native Americans wore fringes. And you don't know that. Why don't you know that? Go back to Deuteronomy 28. I'll read it.
And remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
Oh, and do them. You have to do the commandments. Read. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
28 verse 48. So I'm going to show you why you guys don't wear it. Because it is a curse still. It is a curse still. I'm going to show you why you guys don't wear them no more. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy.
You should serve your friends.
Serve thy enemy.
You're serving your enemies right now. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord sent them against us because we stopped following His commandments. So it's really our fault. Read.
In hunger.
In hunger. When you get hungry, where do you go to get food? Who owns the store? It's okay to say it. White people, they own the store. But am I right? When you get hungry, if you want to go to Walgreens, you have to go to, so it's an enemy. You don't own that store, your people don't own that store. Read.
And in thirst.
And in thirst. And in thirst. When you get thirsty, who do you need to go for water? The people that own the store, right? Your enemy. When you need to pay your water bill, who do you need to go to pay your water? Who do you need to go to so you can pay your water bill? Your enemy. They own the water company. Water is free. Why do I have to pay for water? Why would I get taxed for collecting rainwater? Why would I get fined? That is ridiculous. Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. The Dickies, what is that? The Nikes? Who owns those factories? Your enemies do. Read.
And in want of all things.
In the want of all things. Education, religion, birth certificate, death certificate, citizenship. That is ridiculous. You need permission to die. You need permission to be buried in the ground. The ground is free. Dirt is free. But you got to go to your enemies to get that done. If not, they just throw you in a bag and just burn you if they don't know who you are or your family don't have enough money to do it. But even then, you still get taxed. Everything. Read. Oh, read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck. That happened to the blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Americans. Why do you think they call this Indian school? Do you know the history of the Indian school, brother? A boarding school, right? And what did they used to do? They used to cut the men hair and force the women to wear shorts. They say, well, what's it saying? Kill the Indian, keep the man. They made you forget your whole history. If I ask you, what tribe are you from? Do you know your native tongue? That's it. They enforced you, they indoctrinated you with their beliefs, with their language. Same with you, brother. That's why they told the black man, you can't read in slavery. Because if you read this book, you'd be another Nat Turner. You realize this is your history. You will realize this is your history. Read.
Until he have destroyed thee.
And until he has destroyed thee. Physically, spiritually, and mentally. Like I said, you don't know your language. You don't know where you came from. At the end of the day, you're like, I'm American. You don't know who you are. You don't know who you serve. Read.
Verse 29. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far. From far, brother. So when you think of the Europeans, where do they come from? They came from pretty far away. If you're over here and they're over there, they came from the end of the earth. On the other side of the earth. Read.
From the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Joe, did you hear that? As swift as an eagle flieth. Whose nation's symbol is an eagle? If you look on on the back of your dollar bill and the back of a quarter, what do you see? An eagle. This is a prophecy about the nation that's going to conquer your people, that's going to conquer your people. From the Greek, Romans, Spaniards, Americans, UK, Germany, they're the same people. They're the same group of people, which are called Edomites according to the Bible. Their symbol is an eagle.
That's right.
Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
A nation whose tongue that you shall not understand. Did you understand them when they first came over here? No, you didn't. You didn't. Like I said, this is a prophecy on your history. This is a sign for you if you ever wonder why these things are happening to you. You are an Israelite. Give me verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. What does Egypt mean? Egypt is a Greek word that means something. So we want to tell you what that means because the Bible defines itself. Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. Read.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What does Egypt mean, brother? What does Egypt mean? Read that again.
Listen.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
What does Egypt mean? Bondage. Egypt means bondage. All right? Remember that. Okay? Egypt means bondage. Go back.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So Egypt means bondage. The Lord shall bring you to Egypt again. And bondage again. Read.
With ships.
With ships. With ships. The Lord shall bring you to bondage again with ships. How did your forefathers get here? On ships. Brother, how did your forefathers get into Spain? On ships. On cargo slave ships. That's what they put you on. They put you on cargo slave ships just like they were on cargo, like we were on cargo slave ships. Piled up on top of each other. This is a prophecy to show you who you are. This is your history. You are the same people. This is the direction the ship came. They know, look, Columbus knew where he was going, and Spain knew where they were going. They all knew who you were. That's why when he came here, he says, hey, take me to your place of worship. Because he knew who you guys were. And that's the reason why he went to your place of worship and stole all your gold, killed all your buffaloes, destroyed everything. That's all prophesied in the Bible. Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Okay, I want to get to after that, we'll go to the laws. Hosea 4 and 6. Yeah. So, like I'm saying, brothers, you guys are the greatest thing on earth. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you none of that. Because if you figure out, hey, I'm God's children, that means I'm royalty. That means I'm somebody. But you got to keep the laws. You have to keep the laws of God.
That's right.
Read.
The book of Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Do you know what knowledge is? Give me Malachi 2 and 7. I'm going to show you what knowledge is. Have you ever been to church, bro? Never been to church? All praises. Have you ever been to church? All right, bro, we want to work with you, all right?
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.